What is going on, FA Nation? Justin Fensterman back with you, and you know what time it is. Stock watch time for our fantasy baseball leagues. Let's talk trendy players and cover the marketplace of fantasy baseball and player production potential. Some that are trending up, others that are trending down. Let's hit that market hard and spotlight some players. First, a few players trending up. Let's start with Alejandro Kirk. Kirk has been one of the strongest hitters for the Blue Jays, hitting .322 this year. We've seen Kirk's strikeout rate drop and walk rate rise since last year. He's hit home runs and produced multiple RBIs in 4 of his last 6 games. Since the start of June, Kirk has risen his batting average 18 points and has hit the ball in 5 of his last 6 outings. He's a top 8 hitter in the majors. He's only struck out 23 times, which is second fewest of any of the top 10 hitters by average in the major league. He's already hit double-digit home runs, and he sits with a hard hit rate of 45%. Kirk ranks top 5 among catchers in runs and home runs. Also trending up, Tyrant Estrada. Estrada is another hitter who has seen his strikeout rate drop since a year ago. His exit velocity remains constant from 2021. Estrada leads the Giants in runs with 40 and stolen bases with 11. Estrada has had a powerful June, hitting 4 of his 6 home runs in the month, and he's posted RBIs in 5 of his last 7 battles. Of the Giants who regularly start, Estrada has the 3rd highest batting average at .265. He's posted 11 RBIs in the last month of action. Estrada faces the Tigers and White Sox in his next 2 series, and both rank in the bottom half of the league when it comes to how well or poorly teams are hitting against them. Teams have been hitting very nicely against both squads. Also trending up, Tyler Wells. Wells was on a very short leash in the first month of the season, and his ERA struggled because of that. He'd get into trouble and then would get pulled, but since the end of April, Wells has dropped his ERA from 5.54 to 3.23. We started seeing Wells throw into the 6th inning more frequently, and he's had just 1 start in which he allowed 4 earned runs. He's won 5 of his last 6 games, and he even faced teams such as the Red Sox and Blue Jays during that span. He's posted 3 or more strikeouts in each of his last 4 starts. He doesn't walk too many batters and has a career whip of under 1. He may be a shortish-term solution, but as long as he keeps posting wins and keeps that ERA down, he's an asset to a fantasy team. Now let's talk about players trending down. Let's start with Dalton Varshall. Unfortunately for Varshall, we've seen his strikeout rate rise over 3% since last year, and he's not walking as much. In fact, he's only walked twice this month. Varshall's batting average has dropped 25 points since the end of May, and before a couple of nights ago, he hit just 1 home run in June. Varshall is hitting .191 in the last month of action. He's produced RBIs in just 2 of his last 11 games. He's seen a drop in his on-base percentage and slugging percentage since last year. The power hasn't been the same from Varshall, and he's had a very slow start, and we saw the warning signs in April when he was hitting under 200 for most of the first month of the year. Another hitter trending down, Seager. Seager has hit just .212 in his last month of action, and his batting average has dropped from .256 at the end of April to .227. He struck out in 6 of his last 8 contests. Seager is a career .290 hitter, and he's seen his walk rate drop since last year. A noticeable change with Seager at the plate this season is that he isn't hitting the ball as hard as he did a year ago, and we've seen his hard hit rate drop over 4% since 2021. He's hitting a lot more fly balls this season, but they are dying out, and it's not helping his batting average. His on-base percentage and slugging percentage have also dropped since last year. Final player trending down, terrex scooble. As strong of a season that Scooble has had, the wheels are starting to fall off a bit. Scooble has produced a 5.86 ERA in the last month of the season. He's starting to walk more batters, and we've seen his strikeouts go down. After allowing 4 or more earned runs in just 2 of his first 10 starts of the season, he's let up at least 4 earned runs in each of his last 3 starts, and with the Giants coming up next, who have scored the 4th most runs in the National League, Scooble has yet another challenge, and his prospects aren't looking good and doesn't have much run support behind him. The last 3 starts that he struggled in were against teams like the Red Sox, Blue Jays, Rangers, not the easiest opponents for him. He's walked multiple batters in his last 3 starts and has let up home runs in 4 straight contests. And that is your Fantasy Baseball Weekly Stock Watch, FA Nation. Keep it locked in because this market in fantasy baseball never closes. Don't give up at this point. There's still time to bring your team up and to improve in certain categories. And you can do it on the waiver wire. You just have to stick with it, keep at it, and we're going to help you stay one step ahead of your competition. Good luck.